Is up, Notary Nerds? It's your girl Monica here with a video for my certified notary medical couriers to show them which courier government contract opportunities are available at sam.gov as of this video. Now, if you're new to the channel and you don't know what a certified notary medical courier is, it is a notary public who has HIPAA certification, who also understands their value. They understand that as a notary public, they are already instantly trusted, and that by adding HIPAA certification along with branding, that they will give themselves a unique advantage when it comes to pursuing government contracts. So if you want to know which certified if there's certified notary medical couriers in your area, visit certifiednotarymedicalcourier.com and just do a search, and you'll be able to see if there are certified notary medical couriers in your area. Now, what you do need to understand is that it is a process by which you need to obtain HIPAA certification. So if you have not obtained, or if you don't have a HIPAA certification, then you will need to get one, and we offer the complete package at Notary Nerd University. We provide you with training through our training partner pro trainings, as well as the marketing that you will need in order to distinct and differentiate yourself from the pack when it comes to pursuing government contracts. So certifiednotarymedicalcourier.com is the place where you can go kind of scoop and check out to see who in your area is already certified. And if you want to learn more about becoming a certified notary medical courier, definitely visit notarynerduniversity.com. Okay, so let's get back to sam.gov to see what opportunities are available for courier government contracts. And you guys, this goes in line with what I was talking about the other day. We are going to search for courier. And what I'm talking about is if you are a new notary, or if you're looking to pivot your business, you are better off investing in something that's going to get you to a higher paying client. That's my whole message at Notary Nerds, is that you as a notary public need to understand in your own mind that you're not this little worker bee, and the only thing that you can do is drive back and forth and do stamps. That's not it. The Notary Public Commission gives you a unique opportunity to market yourself to a higher level of clientele. And the highest of the high when it comes to clients is the federal government. So here I am at sam.gov. I've searched for the keyword courier. And so now I'm just going to scan, and I've already showed you guys in another video how to do the admin. You don't want to spend a whole bunch of time. You want to scan the title and then look at when it's due. Scan the title, look at when it's due, making sure it's an actual solicitation or an RFP or an RFI. RFP is request for proposal. RFI is request for information. Okay, so here's one that's due March the 24th at the VA, and it's transport courier services, instrument transport. So let's take a look at it, because why? Today is only March the 6th, and that gives you plenty of time to be able to see if this can work. So let's take a look at it. Okay, instrument transport contract. All right, so let's scroll through here. The next thing I want to make sure of is that it's not a set aside, like for a service disabled, veteran-owned small business, or some other entity that I am not qualified. Because if it was set aside for a service disabled, veteran-owned small business, and I was not a service disabled, veteran-owned small business, then I would need to go and see if someone would want me to help them find a service disabled, veteran-owned small business to help. I would use the DSBS for that. I did a video on that already. But in this case, we don't have to worry about that. This is not a set aside. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and see about what is happening. Okay, so I see here, and I think I've already downloaded this one. So I'm going to head over to my drive and pull up the solicitation. So I'm going to head over to my R folder. And in my R folder, there is going to be a folder called RFPs. If you are a notary nerd, your folders are organized like this. I'm going to go to the federal folder because this is federal contracts. I'm going to go to 2024. And I believe this is the one from yesterday. This is the one, the transport supplies or equipment. Okay. Yes. So this is the solicitation. It is 53 pages long. This is with the Department of Veteran Affairs in Biloxi, Mississippi. So let me just go and make sure this is the right one before I go too far. Okay, Ridgeland, Mississippi. This is Angela.Kennedy too. I just want to make sure I have the right solicitation to that matches up with that one. Okay, Biloxi, Gulfport. Okay, so I believe this is the same one. Okay, yeah. All right, so this is a 53-page document called the solicitation. So as a certified notary medical courier, you go to sam.gov, you find the ones that are within the time frame that you can work with. Then the first thing you want to do is go to the scope of work. What are they needing? Okay, here we are. Description of duties. This is what we're focusing on. I want to highlight this entire area, and then we're going to go over it. Okay, so the contractor will arrive at the Gulf Coast VA Healthcare System in Biloxi, Mississippi, Building 3, room number 3D110, no later than 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, to pick up the pre-packaged RMD, reusable medical equipment. These are totes. And depart the Gulf Coast VA Healthcare System, Biloxi, Mississippi, by no later than 8:30. So every day of the week, Monday through Friday, except for federal holidays, which we'll see here in just a second, the person who gets this contract needs to be at the VA, the Gulf Coast VA, at 7:30. Okay, so that by 8, you're picking up this RMD, this reusable medical equipment, getting them loaded up, and then you're going to leave no later than 8:30 to head to Mobile. All right. So first and foremost, let's see how far the Gulf Coast. Well, we'll do that in a second. I'll show you that on my little spreadsheet that I created for my couriers. Now, the next thing, the contractor will deliver the prepackaged RMD tote and the clean red biohazard marked containers to the Mobile, Alabama VA clinic and place them into room ID 144, the clean room. So they're giving you step-by-step details on what this looks like, what this contract looks like. Next, the contractor will pick up the contaminated RMD at the Mobile, Alabama VA clinic between 4 and 4:30, and then Monday through Friday from room da-da-da-da. So you're picking up at Gulf Coast, dropping things off in the clean room, picking up from the dirty room at the Mobile, Alabama VA clinic, and bringing it back to it looks like to the Gulf Coast facility, okay? So this is all being very clearly delineated in the times in which you're supposed to do this. So this is a Monday through Friday, and it's saying that the contractor will zip tie the red tote shut for transport back to Biloxi. The contractor will transport the red tote along with any blue or gray totes that may be available to the Gulf Coast VA and deliver them to Building 3, no later than 6:30. Okay? The contractor is required to safeguard all VA property in their possession at all times. All right? It is estimated that minivans, SUVs, or similar mid-sized vehicles are sufficient to perform these courier services. So it's telling you what type of vehicle is required. In the event that a delivery proves to be too large to fit within the contractor's vehicle, the contractor will be required to complete the remainder of the delivery along with the next day's regular delivery the next workday. However, the contractor must ensure that this rare occurrence by using a large enough vehicle to accommodate a reasonable number of items. The contractor's vehicle must be 100% climate controlled with working air conditioning and heater for extreme seasonal temperatures, and must be monitored for temperature and humidity. So you're going to have to get a thermostat in your car, or a thermometer rather. A temperature humidity log will be kept with the vehicle, so you're going to have a piece of paper on a clipboard that's going to be able to, when you get in, monitor the temperature and humidity. The contractor will be held financially responsible for the replacement value of items if damaged due to insufficient climate control. So you can't drive your old beat up Dodge Caravan, okay? This car needs to be able to maintain a certain amount of humidity and temperature. The contractor's vehicle must also be able to completely contain the items being transported internally in order to guarantee the safety, security, and overall state of the items. So you can't put stuff on top of the car. Everything must be inside. Standard vehicle security measures such as locking doors, windows, etc. are sufficient. So you don't have to have bulletproof windows. You don't have to have all this extra stuff. Just have common sense. The area inside of the vehicle that held the red biohazard containers for the trip to Biloxi must be cleaned with an antiseptic wipe, such as a purple top Santa Claus. This is all not difficult, right? The cleaning of the vehicle must be documented daily on a cleaning log. So you got two logs that you would need to keep into this inside of your car. Okay. Now you may be saying, okay, this sounds great, but I'm not in Biloxi, Mississippi. Okay. No problem. This is where you think outside of the box as an entrepreneur. Can you hire somebody in Biloxi, Mississippi? Somebody, if you're in another state, does your company, does your LLC that you paid for when you started your notary business have the ability to recruit and hire people? Of course it does, right? So you have to think like a business owner and get out of that worker bee mentality when you're thinking about these government contracts, right? Because while some government contracts will allow for you to partner with people and 1099 people, some of them require you to do the work, which means that you have to go and hire the people because they want you ultimately to be responsible for that individual as an employee. So it just depends. So this is really exciting because this is pretty straightforward. Now let's go see how far Biloxi is from Mobile. Some of you guys probably already know that. I don't. So what I'm going to do to find this out is I am going to go to my courier calculator, which the courier, if you're a certified notary medical courier, you already know about this, right? So I am going to go to my courier calculator, and I've already got, it's got several tabs so that when you are looking at some of these opportunities, you can actually be able to know how to bid. This calculator is designed to help you not underbid yourself. So I'm waiting on this to upload because what I've got in here is a Google, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a way for me to be able to put the addresses in, and Google will tell me how far it is from point A to point B. And then from there, tell me if there's any toll roads involved. Again, this calculator was designed so that couriers could do a good job on estimating exactly how much something would cost in order to go from point A to point B. So I'm going to just make a copy of this page so I don't have to get that information deleted. And I'm going to get rid of all of this. And I'm going to use the pickup location as the Gulfport, VA. Let me go back and make sure I get the correct address. Gulf Coast VA Healthcare System. So it usually will tell you 400 Veterans Avenue in Biloxi. So I'm going to do 400, pick up 400 Veterans Avenue in Biloxi. I think I'm spelling that right. Mississippi. And the zip code is 39531. 39531. All right, so that's my starting pickup location. Now let me get rid of this delivery. You see how it automatically calculated because I have my delivery location already in the place. So like I said, this calculator is already set up for you to do this. So my delivery location would be, let me go back over to the solicitation. It's going to the Mobile, Alabama VA clinic. And so did they give me an address on that? I don't believe so. So that's okay. That's what Google's for. So I'm going to hop over to Google and go to the Mobile, Alabama VA clinic. All right. So its location is 4444 Demetropolis Road in Mobile. Okay. So I am just going to copy and paste that over to my little courier calculator, which is right here. So I'm going to get rid of that old delivery location. You'll notice the distance is loading. It's like error. I don't have a delivery location. What's the deal? So I'm going to go ahead and give it the delivery location. And now it's going to calculate. So it's a 58-mile drive from Biloxi to Mobile. So you're doing that at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you're coming back. And what this does, it calculates the distance and it calculates the time. So let me go back here, and I don't think it does it on the same page. Yeah. So it'll calculate, well, this is another part of it. Okay, so never mind that. Let's go back to the first page. Location of services. Let me go back to copy of, okay, this is where we are. So it'll calculate the distance. It won't really tell you the time. I thought it was going to tell you the time. I thought I set that up. But anyway, the main thing is you need to know how far it is, right? Because the time is going to depend on traffic and some other things. So this is what you do. You go to sam.gov, you find an opportunity, which is what we've just done, and you make sure you've got enough time to get a proposal in. Now, as a certified notary medical courier, you've got access to this calculator to be able to determine how much it's going to cost you or in order to do this. And in the solicitation also, it may tell you the minimum that you need to pay people. There may be a wage determination schedule. Okay, so here we are. Let's see here. They want this to start. Let's see that. It's gonna start April the 1st. So here in another month or so. Okay, so this is a year-long contract with, it looks like, some option periods. The optional periods are 1, 2, 3, 4 4-year options. So as a notary public, this is why it's so important to understand the value of your commission and the importance of this certified notary medical courier designation. Because with this designation, when you submit your proposal, which I'm about to do, and I'm encouraging other couriers to do, as a matter of fact, what I think I'm going to do, since we've got enough time, is I'm going to host a workshop, a live workshop, so that we all can go in on this, especially those that already have their profiles set up, right? So that we can all go in on this. So this government contracting officer is going to shut everybody else out, and one of us is going to get it, okay? Because this is the thing, as a notary public, you're a commissioned public official that people already know, like, and trust, period. You don't have to convince anybody that you're going to be capable of doing the job. You add to that, okay, this certification with your HIPAA compliance, you're going to stand out like a sore thumb against all of the other people going after this, okay? You're a notary and you're HIPAA compliant? What? And you've got professional branding, and they can come find you here on this directory, okay? So you are going to automatically, by having that to your advantage, by having all of that under your business, you're going to rise to the top of the list, okay? So I am definitely going to be putting something together. We've got plenty of time. We're going to do this one together live, okay? So if you haven't signed up to become a notary medical courier, let me make sure we've got enough time. Yes, this is March the 22nd. So I'm going to send out an email with a link to a Zoom training where we're going to get this done together live. We're going to work through the courier calculator. We're going to do everything that needs to be done in order to submit on this solicitation before March the 22nd, okay? And that includes me helping you figure out, well, how do I hire someone? Where do I recruit? How do I pay them? You know, all of that is easy, guys. There's nothing to get ADP set up. You know, the payroll service. These are all very easy things to do. All you have to do is stop thinking like a worker bee. And for those of you guys who have been watching my videos, some of you guys have already invested a lot of money in training and supplies just to go chase after $30 and $50 signings. Like, where are they doing that at? You are bigger and better than that. You are a notary. You need to understand that as a notary, that's just the beginning, right? You get into entrepreneurship with that because it's a very low barrier to entry. It costs less than $40, $50 to become a notary. You get your LLC to get professionalized, to look good. You get your email signature, okay, to stand out from the rest. Here's mine, right? So as a certified notary medical courier, this is the whole package. It's a marketing play, okay? The HIPAA compliance, okay? You're dealing with the VA. They're going to look at these things, right? So if you are not a certified notary medical courier, you absolutely need to think about it, because in this day and age, if you're out there trying to do that mobile notary work and you're out there trying to do all of these other things, the return just isn't there. It doesn't make good business sense. Whereas if you are doing something like this, yes, it is an investment. However, you're gonna have to invest in something. Okay. So if you're doing this, you're not driving all over town trying to find business. You're not having to put stuff out there to attract people. All you're doing is you're getting this certification from your home, looking at sam.gov for opportunities and sending emails, and your emails are marketed and branded, and you've got this listing at the certifiednotarymedicalcourier.com website, and you're just sending emails. So you make an investment in this marketing package and then sit at home and just work and build your business from your computer from home, okay? So this is one of the things that I would highly recommend you guys look into if you are a notary public looking for something. And I believe there's I don't know if there is Afterpay on this one or not. I will go and check. I'm pretty sure there's Afterpay available. I'll make sure it is. I'll put it in the link because I know everybody's budgets are all over the place these days. So SAM.gov, that's just one. Let's go see how much these contracts are actually worth. So that was the first one, the instrument transport, March the 27th, second, that's due. This one is due tomorrow, Administrative Office of the Courts. Let me see if I can't get in on this one real quick. I just want to see. Wow, there is no solicitation. So I'm not sure. There's no email. There's nothing. So there's not much on that one. So I'm going to just kind of hit back on this, hit the back button. So that one says March the 7th, but as you can see, there was no link to click or anything like that. So I'm just going to move on. Don't waste your time. Now, this is an award notice. So now we're about to see what is the VA willing to pay, getting a general idea on what the VA is willing to pay on some of these contracts. Every contract is going to be different. And this, what we're about to see, does not mean that that's what you're going to get, okay? But this will at least give you an idea. This was an award notice that was updated on February the 29th, so just a few days ago. And this contract is for March 1, 2024 through February of 2029. So whoever got this contract does not have to worry about where their business is coming from. This is why this is so big. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to roll on down. It was awarded February the 29th for $66,000, guys. $66,000. You tell me that the mobile general notary work or the loan signings, you're going to be able to do that for this. You're not in today's market, okay? You are better off if you've got the money to spend to invest it in a brand that's going to set you apart from the rest so that you can get the highest paying client possible, which is the federal government, okay? Learn something different, come out of that worker bee mentality, start pursuing some of these federal government contracts. And it looks like this one was awarded to a company in Anchorage, Alaska. And the place of performance is in Washington State. Okay? Or at least that's the contracting office. So let me see if it says, okay, it doesn't really say the place of performance. If we clicked on some of this stuff, we probably could find out. Bottom line, this is already in line with your notary business. It's what you're doing. When you take a loan package or when you're delivering paper from one place to the other, if you're doing multiple signings on a deed or whatever, when you take that information and you're securing it and getting from point A to point B, that's called courier work. Okay, so as a notary, a mobile notary, or a loan signing agent, you are already doing courier work. Now what you need is the professional branding and marketing to go along with it. Okay, you need that HIPAA compliance, and you need this professional look and feel on your email signature. So when you're emailing these government contracting officers, they're like, oh, wow, okay. And you just put a link to your listing. Instead of my links here, I've got a link to Notary Nerds. But anyway, so that's it. So certified notary medical couriers, be on the lookout for an email from me that's going to invite you to a live government contract proposal submission. We're going to do this thing live. I'm going to help you walk through it step by step by step. I pray one of us gets it. I know it's going to be, one of those things where you just have to submit and see. But if you don't submit, you will never see. And this by far is a much better use of your time and money than what's out there right now in the traditional notary space. And we all know at Notary Nerd University, we are anything but traditional. I'll see you on the next video.